The man secretly kept a small bird. While he was out at work, a neighbor reported him to the landlord, since the apartment clearly forbade pets. When the man returned home that evening, the bird was gone. Panicked, he searched the entire room, calling out desperately. Hearing his frantic voice, the neighbor next door smiled smugly. But no matter how hard he looked, the man couldn't find his bird. At that moment, a demon suddenly appeared. He told the man that it was the neighbor who had reported him to the landlord. The demon understood the pain of losing a beloved pet, but also pointed out that keeping one in violation of the rules was the man's fault. Even calling the police would be useless, and might even get him evicted. Then he took out a can of eucalyptus seeds. He said that if it was a plant, it wouldn't count as a pet. The man was convinced and decided to try growing it. When the eucalyptus sprouted, he indeed felt much better. From then on, he carefully watered it every day and even drew its growth with a paintbrush, documenting it like a journal. Before he realized it, he had even created an entire manga based on it. To keep the eucalyptus from feeling lonely while he was at work, he even bought a koala plush toy to keep it company. Watching the tree grow taller each day filled him with joy. Meanwhile, the neighbor became increasingly annoyed. The next day, the man's boss told him that his eucalyptus story was very interesting and the company planned to adapt it into an animated series. The man gratefully thanked the demon, while the demon simply smiled and told him to keep taking good care of the tree. Unbeknownst to them, the neighbor had already brought the landlord into the apartment to search for the supposed new pet, but no matter how thoroughly they searched, there was no evidence of any pet. The neighbor was confused, because he had clearly overheard the man calling out to something every day. Scanning the room again, his eyes finally landed on the eucalyptus tree. When the man returned home, the scene before him completely broke him. His carefully nurtured eucalyptus had been destroyed beyond recognition. Hearing the man cry, the neighbor once again showed a mocking smile. At that moment, the demon appeared again. The man begged him to save the tree. With the demon's help, the supposedly dead eucalyptus came back to life. Even more astonishingly, it began to grow at an incredible speed, shooting far beyond its original height in just seconds. It eventually smashed through the wall and extended into the neighbor's apartment. The neighbor was terrified out of his mind. He never expected a plant could take revenge. In the next second, he was flung out of the window by the eucalyptus. The loud crash woke the man, but after looking around, he found nothing unusual and calmly went back to sleep. Far away, the neighbor hung helplessly from a telephone pole. In the cold night wind, he endured the very punishment he had brought upon himself.